Hello, it's Danny, Retiq, whatever you want to call me, Retiq, but today I'll be showing you how to remove a bumper on a Saab 9.3. I believe this will work for every model up from 2008 to 11, and I got into a little fender bender. Someone hit me from behind. I was stationary, not my fault, but as you can see, it's a pretty nice dent. No structural damage, just the bumper itself is banged up, and I'll show you how to remove it. First, there's this screw right behind the tire. This is the passenger side. Under the tire there's one 5/16 screw underneath, and you pull that screw out. Then there'll be two more screws after this, so there'll be a total of 3 screws that you're gonna have to remove. Here is the top screw, still in the same spot. Just loosen them up. It's a 5/16. You don't have to take the tire off to get the bumpers off. It might make it easier for you, but I didn't need to. You can see it's pretty easy too. You just give it a little tug. It's free. I was trying to be very gentle by pulling this off. I didn't know how many other clips or screws would be holding this in. These are the 2 screws. They're not 5/16. They're plastic screws. There's 1 and 2. And you have to take those 2 out to pull the whole bumper off. But I didn't have those, so I didn't. If you want to remove the bumper, you do the same exact steps for the other side with those 2 screws, and those are, so it's a total of 3 on each side, 6, 7, and 8 underneath the car. And here is just me using a hairdryer. I do not have a heat gun to be doing this, so it took me a little bit longer, and the finished product didn't come out like the dent completely came out, but there's still some waves in it. But if you have a heat gun, it should be easier. I hear boiled water, but it's a kind of a long walk to be carrying a lot of boiling water, so I just tried, for shits and giggles, tried using this little hairdryer. Nifty little trick, but just heat up the area and push. You might hit it with a hammer, a little rubber hammer. Be very gentle, because if it's too cold, you could potentially crack it if it's not already cracked. The rubber, I mean. Obviously the paint doesn't really crack as much. You just gotta heat it up. Most of the big dents were out. I was just trying to push out any little imperfections you could see with the light. You could see, like right there, there's a bit of a dent still. There's a few wavy spots, but I'm not trying to get this bumper perfect, because I could just buy a new one and have it repainted, but I was just trying to make it look a little nicer than having a big, huge dent. And all you have to do is clip it, push it back in, you could see where it clips back in. You see right there is that little dent I was talking about. See right there. That might have been where the initial impact hit. It looks like could have been. And you can see that my bumper didn't rip. All those little black is the plastic of the bumper. So there's some gouges like right there where my hand is. There's nothing seriously wrong with it, just mostly paint. But you just clip the rest of it back into place. And right here you might want to pull it out, and the tabs have to go over top of the screw. If you do one side, take a picture of it before you do. It's pretty easy to see though. Once you're there, you should see how the tabs on the bumper go in the inner fender liner that you screw it into. And then you have to put the 3 screws in place. Remember, they're 5/16 screws. Pretty easy to get to unless your car is slammed on the ground. Mine has stock suspension, so it's pretty easy to get my hand back there, as you can see. Here's the finished product. All the screws are in. All 3 screws on that side. All of the clips are pushed in, and it looks better than having a big dent. It's very easy to remove the bumper. I was kind of skeptical on removing doing body work for like the first time, but as you can see, no big deal. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out.